What did you think of what you saw?
I know, I'm starting to think, what if,
Starting to think, what if? What if?
I don't know, the video just said, what if, what if Hitler was,
What if Hitler had committed suicide? So the way we'll test is, you're familiar with Edgenuity, correct? So make sure on Edgenuity, when you first log in, this is your original password. When you go in, you're going to change your passwords to something unique to you. Don't share your passwords. And as far as the way Edgenuity is set up, you can take as many notes as you want to and use on the quiz. But once you get into Edgenuity, into the quiz, I have all your monitors linked to my screen, and you're not going to be able to go in and Google answers. You can use your notes on the quiz, but you can't use it. You can't Google answers. Is that clear? Okay. Can you use notes on the quiz?
No.
You can use notes on the quiz,
Oh, wait,
but you can't Google the answers. You can't chat GPT your answers. Okay. Once you're in the quiz, you're locked in. You're in the quiz. All right. And I'll have access to every monitor in there, and I can go back and look. All right. It's called Lightspeed. All right. So make sure that we're not sharing passwords. As far as the end of the unit, you will have a test. You'll have quizzes on D-Day, and then you'll have a unit test on D-Day. Okay? So make sure that we're not Googling answers. You don't need a 0. All right? Let's see. Through the film that you watched, first of all, this right here. Imagine you're a soldier about to land on Omaha Beach. What are you thinking? All right, there's 2 questions I want you to write down and answer. What are you thinking, and what was your mission? So go ahead and take just a couple minutes and do that. Y'all have paper back there too. You can't go wrong. It'll be what you're thinking. No bad words. No bad words. If I don't get a good answer, I'm not going to let you eat seeds anymore in class.
Mission for what?
What was your mission when you landed on the beach?
Oh, so I'm still.
What was your mission when you landed on the beach?
So I'm still in? Like I'm still.
Yeah. You're this soldier. What are you thinking when you land? You saw the video where they landed and what they went through. Remember, they landed in the amphibious tanks coming out of the ocean, off the ships into the ocean, and up on the beach, and then you had the Germans shooting down. So when you roll up, right, and you see that you're coming up on the ship, and you see this going on, what's your thoughts? All right, then once you land, what's your mission? I'll give y'all a couple more seconds to do that. Give us some. So remember, yesterday we talked about all this stuff, right? Operation Overlord. That's the name, the code name of D-Day. And remember the paratroopers, because they couldn't just storm the beaches and win, they had to drop the paratroopers behind enemy lines. So what would be your thoughts on being a paratrooper? Now you're coming in on parachute, The problem is, people can still see you and shoot at you while you're in your parachute. Let me see yours. I want my mom. That's not gonna help you. I guess you could be thinking that. I want to be home. All right. So, all right. Remember the amphibious assault? That was the tanks attacking by land and sea. The big carriers pulled up, tanks rolled off and up onto the beach. Remember seeing that in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Liberation Day was trying to free France from German control. So before, you've got about 15 minutes left in class, you know how to go to canva.com, all right? I want you to create me a timeline, give me from anywhere from 5 to 10 important events on the timeline, and then you can get creative. You can be as basic as you want. You can be creative. You can add pictures, right? And that's what your grade today is going to be. And then tomorrow you'll have a quiz on Edgenuity for this. So make sure you bring your notes, and you can use your notes. But can you Google? No. All right. So go ahead and go to Canva and get started on that. You should all have a login for your school email, and so just log in through there. It's free. Again, you know how to get in? Don't you think watching the videos is a lot better than just somebody telling the story? So you got a few minutes there. You may have to take this one to the next class and finish it up, but